G'day, you mob. How's it going? Welcome aboard. Already a few of you popped in and hanging out. It's great to see. Whoops, I better mute that guy real quick before he growls at everybody. Welcome aboard, everyone. It's so nice to see so many people hanging out in the chat already. And, you know, banging on amongst yourselves and amongst me as well. C23, how are you, Clint? I did just mention in the chat before that I probably won't go through and do my normal 75 minutes of hellos because that does become quite time consuming and potentially, pardon me, potentially doesn't necessarily give me a lot of time to run through everyone and say g'day. Sean Ooted, Chattanooga Ed, Jay, how's it? Bob Kayla, how are you today? Peplin Creek, g'day. Teresa, kia ora. Sen Ginger and Candy Overalls. Mooney, how are you? Oh, I'm still going to have time to do belches today. And, you know, it's one thing that I'm sure everyone expects. G'day, Jeff Miller. Mickham, how are yous? No, it's not a Foster's. Roxana, how are you today? I take it that's Roe. Not a Foster's. It is not Jeff. Kerry Nation, how are you? Thank you very much. It's just a goon and soda water. My one of my standard drinks nowadays. Jimbo, lurk away, sir. Mike, welcome aboard. Thank you for the usual warm-up routine. It's always nice to have the audience warmed up before going on stage, isn't it? So I don't know how many I should wait for to be in the room. Candy Overall spotted Sarah in the background and says hi.
Hello.
Oh, I did that selfish thing again too, where I've popped the microphone over the wrong side of the table because we do want to hear Sarah's lovely voice as well. Can I get an audio check, please? Can everyone hear both of us? Dragonlair, how are you? Bob says hi to Sarah as well.
Hello.
Let us know if the audio's okay, please. Andy, how's it going? You might why is that going all the way around everything? This is, you know, what they say about Boy Scouts being prepared and all that. What am I hooked on? I'm hooked on a pipe clamp. There we go. That's a little bit more movement. Audio good. Thank you, Derek. Audio 9. Yeah, the video is generally quite crap. Mostly because it's got me in it. But yeah, the my camera on this computer is only 720p, and then YouTube dumbs it down a bit more from StreamYard to YouTube, so I think it drops even more, whatever those measurements are called. Redfish, Bluefish, how's it going? Chevy, hello there. Fishkeeper Cole. Funny Fishkeeper Cole should mention that picture. It's gone missing.
No, it hasn't. It's in the box.
All right,
it's not coming out today.
It had Fishkeeper Cole in the corner has been found, but it is not going up for auction today. there's a bit of a backroom deal going on with that one. Did you speak to the person in question yet about that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It is summer down here, Mickham, and it's quite hot and clear and humid today. Chattanooga Ed is asking, what brush pens do you use to do watercolors?
The ones that I use are they're called water brushes, and sometimes I buy them from my local art shop, and they're just in a jar. So I don't know if they what brand they're meant to be, but I have got some that are Pentel. I've actually got the packet here somewhere that I can show you.
FNS, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. Apologies if I've missed anyone else. Oh, look at me. I'm on the YouTube screen anyway. That's why it was a little bit weird. I was seeing everything moments after it happened. Yeah, she doesn't do much on camera stuff, Andy, and I'm banned from moving the camera to point it at her. So when she wants to be on camera, she leans in and gets on camera. So sorry about that. Her choice. Aquash. It's like they did a typo and they were meaning to type squash.
I think that's enough that you can see it.
Probably. Big D, how's it going? Cole's cooking dinner for the family. Yes, Bob, that is the protocol that we're going to do. Hence why I've had to try and avoid, even though we're almost 10 minutes into it already, avoid doing the normal hello nonsense and stuff. So, yes, what we will be doing is rifling through the bunch that we have up for offer today. And then I guess we'll just go through them in the same order unless there's particular stuff that people think is worth starting on instead of where we start, if that makes sense. So 30 people here, that seems a good enough amount to start showing the pieces. Oh, we're not organised enough to have like names for them and stuff. And I see Aquamate pop in. I did indeed. G'day, sir. How are you? So that is first one. Should I just pass them back to you so I don't put them down in a dodgy spot?
Okay.
You signed this in the orientation required. Good, good, good. JT, how's it going? Welcome aboard. Sand Creek, I don't know if I said hi to you yet, mate. G'day. Welcome aboard. This is just the first showing, Derek. We will run through everything. So I believe that is, do you want me to do these as a job lot?
Well, you wanted to. I don't mind either way.
All right, we'll put the question out to people because Sarah and I were discussing these two guys, in my mind, looked like they would go well together, but we don't know whether we do them as singles or as a pair. What do you think? Any input from the crowd? And the similar sort of vibe about them, similar sort of colour schemes. This guy potentially does have a little bit more bluey business. This guy a little bit more yellowy, pinky business. But righto. Crowd has spoken. They are a pair. Thank you, guys. Nice, getting some good responses. Everyone generally had the consensus that they should be together. 3 for a panel would be awesome, Jeff Miller says.
Indeed.
no doubt that will be realised with some artwork in the future, Jeff, and maybe not only 3 but multiple sets together. Candy said that one looks like something that Chappie would like. I tend to agree. He unboxed his envelope stuff that we sent to him on his live stream just before, not long ago. He seemed very happy with that picture that everyone decided that he would like. It was just a print of the original, but he seemed to enjoy it just the same. This one of my personal favourites. I don't know what it is about this one, but it's I find it very enjoyable to look at. Generally, we work on 25 Roxana, which goes on top of whatever your bid is. But yeah, we've got to essentially, because these ones that we're auctioning today are not mounted like the last ones, it may cost us less to ship, but we're not 100% sure yet. So we're playing it safe and sticking with the 25. And are we sticking with the idea that I spoke about the other day?
Which one?
The credit if the shipping comes in cheaper.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
If stuff comes in cheaper than the allotted amount, then we're quite happy to offer credit for the next time, sort of thing, something like that. We've only been throwing ideas around, so we haven't worked it out 100% yet.
I can
But we don't want to overcharge people for shipping. Is the main goal, I guess.
I don't know if it's helpful for me to say, but so I went to the post office and I was asking them about different ways to ship, and basically I found like these kind of envelopes that are like solid cardboard. So imagining for a picture like that, it can fit in there and it's nice and safe and can travel like that. However, they said that it will cost only like $10 to post that, but it would be posted as a letter and wouldn't have any tracking on it, and that it would cost $25 to post that with tracking. And that price will probably go up for for a double size. It might be a bit more, but I feel like if we say 25, there's not much way of getting it cheaper unless it doesn't have any tracking on it. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And yes, I guess for the most part, if you're spending money on artwork, it's probably handy to have some form of tracking. So if it does go missing in the post, at least you can find out where it goes missing, I guess. This guy is a dude on text.
Sorry, can I just... So that to post that is $25 Australian, plus that costs $1.40 for the envelope. So yeah, Australian dollars for that size, and for the larger size, I'm not sure, but more.
Back to this guy.
Mm-hmm. Can I also chuck in that this guy's drawn when I was just in a mood for drawing, but I ran out of paper. But it's really cool because it's on the cover of the paper. But it has got a little writing on the back, but it's just to be aware that it is on that kind of paper for anyone who's interested in it, because that seems important.
It's quirky. It's unique. Oh no, it had there was a couple of flies having a wrestle in it, Mooney. I wanted I wanted to make sure they were out before I put it down my neck, you know. Tastes the same. I don't know if I'm actually highlighting them enough close to the screen or if I've got enough light. Another one with the scully coloured skull theme.
I like those rainbow lilies.
Which one are you asking about the inspiration for, Moonstone? This one that I'm holding or the one on the printed paper? She has friends on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Sure does.
Well, we did show them that one already. But
Yeah, I do believe.
Actually, quite a few of them may have been shown already.
I think this one was shown the day you brought it home from drawing. Right. Cool, Mainstone. Cool. Nine times out of 10, Moonstone, you're probably going to get the same explanation of inspiration from Sarah.
Yeah.
Because it just flows. It just comes out. 9 times out of 10, maybe even 10 times out of 11. Even she doesn't know what the inspiration is.
My main inspiration and the way that I work is not thinking and getting rid of all the thoughts out of my head and then finding out what comes.
This is a skull of sorts. This is a skull of sorts. Are the pictures coming through clear enough for everyone? I know it's difficult. Right, Derek?
Oh, that is attached on it.
Moonstone says that she grooms dogs into art, so I get it. Thank you for the kind explain.
Like Edward Scissorhands.
Did you have anything that you wanted to say about this guy?
The main thing that I could say something about this guy, which is that this is of this actually is a drawing of a beautiful lady called Bachi, and the day I've drawn her a number of times, and the day when I was drawing this, she just had this really different energy about her, and this started to come out, and then she came over to look. And she got really excited by this drawing, which she likes all of the drawings I do of her, even when they're really unflattering. And she said, "Oh, thank you so much for giving me wings. I've just sold everything in my life and I'm about to fly off around the world and travel. And I feel so liberated. I just sold my car this morning and I suddenly feel really free." And so there was this really nice connection between that. This is what I saw as soon as I looked at her, and that was exactly what she was feeling, that this really vibrant flight energy.
It's probably a perfect reason as to why you just shut your mind down from thought and let the stuff flow. reading the chat as well, so I don't have to read everything out that's directed to you.
As Candy likes the story.
It's primarily
And
what I was referring
mainstream.
to.
They can. The main issue, I think, with putting them on backings and framing them before they get sent so far is that it adds an incredible amount of money to the postage, especially as I found I sent 2 framed pictures, one to Candy and one to Bob. And I tried to package them up really well, and they were still quite costly to send. And Bob's came broken, and Candy's made it intact. But that also made me think that I even need to potentially add more layers of protection. The next one I sent framed got a lot more packaging. So that's the issue, you know, if people really want it, we can do that here, but it probably is cheaper to do it when you get the picture than for us to do it and then pay the postage.
G'day, Galar. How's it going, mate? Another kia ora to you, brother. You're right, Derek. Still showing through, mate. We would wait for the master auctioneer to return before we actually started proper proceedings. Yeah, initially I thought this one was unfinished, but the more I look at it, the more this wispy stuff on this side is a part of the picture. Very much so.
Those are the ones that I drew on last week.
The ones that you drew whilst I was live streaming last week.
Yeah.
You did these while I had the camera on you, didn't you?
Only the colouring, because I had already drawn them by the time you got the camera
right.
set up.
Right. So yes, if you do remember from the stream last week, this one was drawn and coloured during the stream, coloured on camera. It's a kind of an interesting recurring theme at the moment.
Yeah.
These guys.
They're often art that happens, and then it'll just run its course and something else will happen instead. I also coloured that on the... I drew it at drawing and then I coloured it
in the stream.
On the stream.
Before Cole in the corner was coloured.
Yeah, well, I did that not on the stream.
I dig the colours in that. Sweet colours.
I like the colours too, and I like they're in great, like, it's really abstract. So it feels really comfortable.
Hello, Alien World Aquatics. How are you, Scott?
I do have that one. I don't know if people want it. It's on the back cover of that book. And
we'll put it up anyway.
They can decide if anyone wants it or not.
This one's already mounted on thick cardboard because it's on the back of the paper pad.
I like it. But, you know, I like this little vibe. Yeah.
Oh, what are you drinking, Jeff? Shots can be dangerous on a Blacky live stream because I rarely stop. Oh, Zen Ginger making a Shakespeare reference. Alas, poor paper pad, I knew it well. What the heck was that?
Yeah. And that's
Well,
kind of it. Like I've got the other ones there, but I think that we were saying.
yeah, they have to stay. Um, there is Sarah has an appointment on Thursday next week to organise an exhibition in a ladies' exhibition space. Um, so there's a bunch of other work that Sarah's got in her repertoire portfolio at the moment, but she wants to kind of arrange for thematic, I guess, presentation at the exhibition. So essentially the ones that we have shown are what we'd like to offer up today. And so I guess being that we've almost been going for half an hour already, we probably should get into it. A few essential rules, I guess, is that hello Calypso, how are you, mate? Didn't see you sneak in. US dollars will bid in, whole numbers only, as in dollar numbers only, no cents, please. James Hukulak, how you going? 44 Mag Guy will be the official auctioneer. He will be taking control of the bids and the final sale times. Give us a sec, Mickham, and we'll address that once I just shoot through the rules, because I'm going to shoot through the rules and then top my drink up and then we'll get into it. What was our other rules? When we get to the final selling part of it, if the bids go quiet on an item, Derek will do, I'm not sure what his exact term will be, whether it's going once, going twice. Oh yes, good remindering, Derek. Dollar signs with bids as well, please. So yes, it'll be either going once and then he's going to wait 30 seconds, going twice, another 30 seconds, and then sold. And yes, there will be, I'm assuming it'll be between 30 to 60 seconds, Bob, for between last bid before he does going once, going twice, all that hoo-ha. But if anyone who is seriously participating in the auction feels that their internet is not serving them well, please let us know, and we'll, I guess we'll allow time for you to either restart your computer or restart your modem, whatever it is that you think will serve you best, even if it's just restarting your internet browser and rejoining back in. There you go. I think Derek's 30 seconds is between a distance between a final bid, and you know, let's be respectful, have a good time. I'm not sure what else I've left out. If I've left anything else, Derek, please tell everyone. And what was that? There was a question before about, you remember the question about preserving them once they've got them? I'll let you go into that.
What I do for them is I do a coat of something called Crystal Clear, which is almost like a lacquer. It's specially designed for going over artworks, and it should, you know, preserve them quite well. I think that they should go in a frame, and even if that's just a frame that you buy at the shops, and put them in, because obviously then you're not going to get folding at the edges, and they're going to be, kept safe, no dust and stuff on them. But they will have that coating on them so that hopefully that gives them that extra added protection. So it's always my foot spot.
Hello, Crystal. How are you? Yes, so please, everybody involved, pay attention to Derek in the chat, 44 Mad Guy. If you don't know, 44 Mad Guy is Derek. He has been given auctioneer powers today. And as he performed very well in our first auction, we decided that we would definitely get him to repeat his performance. So pay attention to things like he says, like this, for example. He doesn't see a dollar sign, he won't count the bid. And if there's a vibe, as we know from previous times, there was a little bit of what's the best word for it? Fuckery, I guess, is the only word for it, really. If there's a general vibe and people think that we're getting some of that same kind of fuckery, sorry if I offend anyone with that kind of language. You know me, I speak language. Let your voices be heard in the chat, and because we want this to be a fun and beneficial experience for everyone. We don't need, that's right, I'm going to say it again, we don't need fuckery ruining it for anyone. So, Dezza, if you like, Joel Jay-Z, you can call him Dezza or Dizza. Dizza is probably how you would call him. Dan Slee's got my back. Indeed, it's a it's a very frequently used word down here. When we say fuckery, we act upon it. Now we're fuckery. Now we're just throwing it around willy-nilly. So how goes it? Are we ready to have a look at? Does anyone have, out of the I know it's probably really difficult to ask such a thing, but I was wondering if anyone has a particular one they'd like to start on. But essentially, I'm just going to get. Just ignore that last question. I'm just going to get Sarah to hand me one where she thinks we should start. She's got her pen and paper ready to start taking notes and lists and stuff.
I don't know. I can't make decisions, love. What a terrible.
Johnny on the spot. Sarah on the spot. She has to make a decision.
How about?
It's all tactics then.
Just because I really don't know. I can't do it
No.
unless you have an idea.
No, I wanted it to be your idea.
Well, I don't. I just couldn't make a
But
decision, and then I was
one.
like, I went to put it in the pile, and I thought, well,
you gave me one. It's like you made a decision. I also did have a little bit of a wonder whether this guy was worth tag teaming with the other guy.
I want to be friends. Well, now you can put them together, but these guys actually are the ones that go together.
Okay.
Even though that guy looks a bit similar, these guys are the friends.
Right. Good. All three.
You can do whatever you like.
Sorry, just toying with some ideas. Am I on? I might not actually be seeing all of the chat in StreamYard because I just got 2 bits in a row from Bob.
They're spaced out. Yeah, but 21. It makes sense. Don't worry. It's because there is a lag, so that's why it's.
Yeah.
That's why there has to be enough time for people to see what else has gone up between.
Where are we at? We're at $30 for Sean Ooted. I don't know. I sort of feel if I talk too much in these tense moments, I might break the tension. I kind of would almost prefer to leave it super silent.
Yeah.
Or have some evil church organs playing in the background or something. Current bid $30 by Sean Ooted. Shanooted. Shanooted. Bob is declaring himself out of this auction. Probably should have set up my second monitor, isn't it? Because that is. Yeah, but I still do church organs mainstaying. I still do.
Some churches have very famous organs.
Isn't that some big cathedral in New York City that has a massive, one of the biggest organs on the planet or something?
Yeah. That was amazing.
I still haven't been able to find my didgeridoos, Meckham. I actually went on a look for them the other day and I could not find them. I have 3 of them and couldn't find a single one. Sold to Shanooted for $30. If you'd like to email drblack66@gmail.com address and details, potentially, I guess the best thing for us to do is that. Well done and congratulations, Sean. Sorry, I forgot to say those important things. Essentially, because these guys aren't mounted and stuff, if you buy more than one, you may save a few dollars on shipping and stuff. Thanks, Candy. But we shall have to see. We'll have to see how that pans out. Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Do you want to stick with these or you want to go to like some of these guys? Or...
Yeah, let's go that guy. But essentially, I'm just going to, accept whatever one you hands to me. I think there was a couple of names were flung around for this guy before.
I'm just noting them so I can identify them.
I know. I'm just
not real names.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued by the names that you write down, and I'm always interested in reading what names you assign to them. Oh, pardon me, please. All good, Sean? Zen Ginger first up with a $30 bid. Let my chat catch up on the YouTube page. A Bob Kaler chucking $35 at it. I'm trying to wobble the picture and I'm looking at the non-live image. Zen Ginger up into 40. Oh, Moonstone was chiming in with 35, 37, 40. Let us know, Moonstone, if you think you're lagging a bit behind. It seems that some of your bids are coming through a bit after the other ones for me, but that might just be I might be the one that's lagging. Moonstone at $49. I really do want to go back there, and I suppose it's not.
I don't think it's any better going there.
No, I just wanted to compare to see how shit the YouTube vision was compared to my StreamYard vision. That time, anyway. But I do go there to be able to keep up more live to the chat, because then I'm more in tune with what's actually happening instead of behind a bit. Thanks, Andy. And oh, crikey, Moonstone. Moonstone jumped up to $69. Nola Jane, how are you? I don't know if it's that important, Joel. I have 3 different ones and they're all different lengths. Jealous?
Is it annoying if I chuck something in? Did you get your drawing yet, Nola?
Moonstone's saying reverts to the last bud. What are we referring to? The last bid before your 69 was Zen Ginger at 55, I believe. Hey, Coach Av Shavit. Welcome aboard. Please clarify, Moonstone, because hopefully Derek is not as confused as me. Yes, please confirm what you're going on about, Moonstone, because Derek is as confused as I am. You bid 69 and then you're reneging your bid? I'm going to wait a few moments for the chat to catch up to my brain.
Yeah.
Hang on. Zen Ginger bid past Moonstone's 49 with 55. Thanks, Leona, and thanks for making it in, love. Good to see you. So I think we're at going once to Zen Ginger.
Oh. Can we just take a quick moment to find out if Moonstone's bid for 69 is a genuine bid that she wants to make?
I can guarantee you, C23, that Derek's only got a coffee. I've seen him on camera. I know that that's all he's got.
I think that's good to reset at 55 to Zen Ginger and then find out what's going on.
All right, let's do that. The great idea. Mickham and Sarah have had the same idea at the same time. Reset the bidding at 55. Reset the bidding at 55 at the Zen Ginger's bid. Righto. Let's all go from there again, and then confusion is somewhat eliminated.
It does sound. So if that is your bid, will you just type it in one more time for us, Moonstone, so we can see it in order and everyone's comfortable with it? Because it seems like it got a bit confused there for a sec.
I have a strange feeling that the confusion came when she was told she was bidding against herself. 69 over 49. All right. I know there's been confusion and there is no dollar sign on that one, but we will accept that as a $65 bid. Yes? So please type a dollar sign and a 6 and a 5. And let us confirm this one. Beautiful Moonstone. Current bidding at $65. Pardon me, please. The burps don't cost a cent.
Oh, you're so giving, love.
Completely free of charge. All good, Moonstone. Yeah, I think the chat does appear on everyone's screens in a different order because they were in the order of 49, 55, then 69 on my screen. So this is why we do allow a little bit of time for it to sort out. And I guess people do, by doing that, I guess it makes us all able to jump on and make sense of what's happening, even though potentially we didn't make sense of that one pretty rapid. Yeah, gotcha, Bob. And I don't mind you you know, if that's what you're saying, you've got to moderate on what you're saying, man. So I totally agree with if you see something odd going on, you speak up. Danny Ken, how are you? Going twice. Sold to Moonstone for 65, Bob. All yours, Moonstone. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Or scully, colourful shoulder kind of dinner, I guess. Well done. You've always first place you got to look, Sean, is in the fridge or the freezer. The amount of times I've found my phone in the freezer, I can count on one hand.
Small, medium, large.
Let's do the twin set. I'm going to flick back over here so I can at least... No, you don't, Leona. We are taking bids in US dollars because most of the viewers here are United Statesians. G'day, Jace. Perth Cichlids in the house. Another freebie for you guys. So yes, this is, as determined by everybody in the chat, going to be sold as a pair. First bidding goes to Cichlids 23 at $20. Just going to put that down for a sec while I flick back over here. And hopefully I'm holding them in a good enough spot still.
It's racing in.
That was a very rapid succession of bids. 40 Zen Ginger, 50 Bob Kaler, and Dan Slee with the 60 Buckaroos. Shouldn't really change it too much. Oh, Bob Kaler and Zen Ginger at exactly the same time on my screen with the 75. Sean Ooted with the 80. Oh, let's stop. I get when the numbers start going like that, I start grabbing really tight, and I feel that I'm gripping the pictures too hard. So people may end up getting my fingerprints or some indentations in the picture. 85 with the Zen Ginger for this little double twin set. $90 to the Bob. I wonder, does it make any difference if I hold them on opposite sides? Or should they be looking at each other, not away from each other?
I think that this one has to be looking in. I don't think they work that direction.
Oh, Sean Ooted, slinging a 95s. This was the only double set too, wasn't it?
Unless you want to stick those other guys together.
Oh, right, yeah, but can we save them for later in the auction? Because I want to roll and smoke a cigarette after holding these two up. Thanks, Roxana. They are very nice. The colouring is fantastic. What did I miss? Fish Room Fever with the Hundy. That's all right, Dragon Lair. What always makes an auction exciting is the atmosphere created by the crowd.
The pictures really just like being appreciated.
Essentially, I mean, that's one of probably the best, or either the best or the second best benefit we get out of it is seeing the appreciation for the art. Someone had to go there, Bob. Someone had to go there. Well, we've got a going once. The Fish Room Fever at 100. Sean Oots out. And it's I don't know who General Zahn and Cordelia are. It is not my super shaky hands making the pictures move around all the time. We've got a rather large fan blowing behind us that's blowing them around. Sold to the Jimbo, the man with the Fish Room Fever. Congratulations, Jimbo, and thank you. Well done. that color scheme will look awesome in your fish room. Hello, Haley. How are you? Well, even though we've been here for an hour, I think we've sold 3 pieces. So um, we're not exactly racing through it. And thank goodness Alien World Aquatics is here to at least keep an eye on it so I don't overlap too far into his time frame like I did last week, completely accidentally and not on purpose. Where shall we go next? Something that requires one hand.
Well, I have one more tiny one, so we could do the tiny one.
One more tiny one? Sounds like a plan.
I do like those colours.
I do too. That deep blues and purpley and aquamarine bizzo goes very well. Thanks, Scotty. I shall endeavour to not steal too much of your time, if any at all. Now, what I need is some kind of grippy thing that hangs off my laptop screen and can hold a picture up. G'day, Jesse. How are you? Aquamate has returned. Sean ooted with a $50 bid. Oh. See, that's the odd thing with the timing. Maybe it is my internet that's a bit more...
I don't think so. I think it's that people are all typing and sending before they see the other stuff of the chat. That's why it's just good to space it a little bit.
Yeah. So, thanks, Bob and Ed, for your bids, but Sean jumped ahead on this guy, which I can totally appreciate. Sean chucking a well, we call them pineapples down here, but on the YouTubes, pineapple has a different meaning. I really like the colours on this one. Ed with a 55, Bob Kaler with a 65. You guys could go halves and timeshare it. I'm pinching it too hard again, I feel. Sean with the 75. It's hard to get it close when the fan's wobbling it around. So, Alien World Aquatics said he's going to auction off some crisp high fives.
Nice.
As in, like, when you do high fives like that. Someone at my old work, we used to try and do the loudest high fives whenever we'd walk past each other. That was always good fun. Aquamate wants to know what kind of fish this is. It's according to the list of sale, it's a purple three-eyed slugfish. Oh, Jess Shrimp Granny's here as well. Hello, Jess. Ears must have been burning. Oh, Jimbo with an 80 and Sean Ooted with an 85. I have to swap hands more often. Crikey. So I've got all of March to do that. Where are we up to? Oh, Fishman Fever with another hundy. Sean Ooted with a 110. It's a plasworm, says Chevy.
I like that.
That's a pretty cool name, Chevy. If you can reach Candy. Whoops, wrong button. I just had this strange feeling that I was going to have a message to like go and pick someone up from school or something. Going once to Sean Ooted. Fishy Fun 57, Dia, how are you girls? That's going pretty good, Fishy Fun. So far, what are we on now? Fourth item? Fourth item sold to Sean Ooted. Schnooted. Well done, Sean. Congrats. And thank you, sir. The purple three-eye slugfish, or what was the other name? The
Plasworm.
Plasworm. Sold to Sean Ooted. So yeah, take a note, I guess, of the email. Potentially I will it could be a shell dweller, the shell dwelling plasworm. Take note of the email so that we can dialogue after the event regarding totals and whatnots, all of that kind of stuff.
You've been categorizing them. These ones are kind of skullish. These ones are bigger ones, black and white ones, that pair, and the rainbow bachi. You want that one?
Yes, please. Need to go for a bigger one. Oh, I've got to flip screens again so I can frame it up. Hopefully, I'll frame it up adequately. Righto, Derek. Everyone, warm your bidding fingers up. Auctioneers been partaking of too much coffee and must go and wrestle a crocodile. Actually, I probably might take that opportunity as well.
Sure.
While we're talking about crocodiles.
There's no minimums on anything, Jess. Wherever people want to start, but we're taking a little break. It's so hard because everyone's saying different stuff and I'm not good at group conversations. The story about that drawing, Jessie? The story goes that it's actually a drawing of a lady named Bachi, and she I was saying I've drawn her like a number of times. And when she came in that morning, this was the first like thing when I started drawing. This is just like was what I felt. I'll show it to you so you can see it while I'm talking, except for I can't see the what's in me. And so I started drawing her like this, and then sort of after I'd done, she came over and had a look, and she got really excited, and she said, "Thank you so much for giving me wings. I've just sold everything in my life, and I'm about to fly away and go traveling around the world." And she was just she was so stoked, and she loved the drawing because it was fitting, and I could feel that, you know, that glow coming off her from the first minute that I saw her that day. So it was a bit sweet. It makes me feel happy when I look at it now because I can remember her joy, that she was just, what's the word? Not just exuding, but like radiating. She was just radiating joy on that day. So a real free feeling.
Haley says, Scungy, you look beautiful today. Love your face.
Yeah. Thanks, Haley. But, you know.
Okay, looks like Derek is doing relieved bladder smiley faces. Ouch! Might have smoked that one a little bit far to the butt. Okie dokie, Dereky okie. Hello, Leslie. How are you today? Thank you for popping in. Jess looks like she is keen to... Oh, I've gone a bit close, haven't I? Keen to open... Can I have that, just the clip?
I'm concerned about the clip going on them.
No.
I wouldn't. I'll hold it if you need to have a ciggy or something.
No, I'm concerned about how tight I'm gripping them. But I still will need to access the nails. I can drag this whole shebang over here. And did Nola Jane answer you before when you asked about her picture?
Well, I didn't notice, but to be honest, that chat just races past me a lot of the time. It takes a lot of effort to like focus on one thing, and then so I'm not sure if she answered or not.
Would you like to ask her again while you're so close to the microphone and I'm not?
Well, I don't know if you heard me before, Nola, or if you answered. I was just wondering if you got your drawing yet. Because I'm always excited for when people get stuff and open them up and that they feel happy and all those good things.
Monica Lynn, how are you? Monica entering the chat with a bid, unless I've just missed Monica in the chat prior.
I didn't see her before, but, you know. Yeah, and as for your hands, sometimes they get really anxious because at drawing at the end, and sometimes I don't stay for it, but they do a review where you can show some of your pictures and everyone shows their pictures. And the guy who runs the class, he often gets like charcoal all over his fingers, and then he holds your drawings and they get little charcoal fingers all around them.
Sarah's channel is called Scungeprincess, Jace. I'll write it in the chat. Somewhere in there, I guess it turned up.
Do you know what my worst tier thing is the Never-Ending Story. And I've cried every single time I've watched that movie, which must be hundreds of times. And then my kids were watching it one day and I was like, I can't have a cry today. I'm just going to leave the room for the part of the movie that makes me cry. So I left like in advance and went away, and then still had a bawl as I was walking through the house. I couldn't help it because I was just remembering the part of the movie
Which
that
movie?
the never-ending story,
Yeah.
when the horse drowns in the swamp of sorrow, and
This-
like I must lose liters of fluid from my body. I can't help it. Even when I didn't watch it, it made me really seriously cry for long and wetly.
He's what we got? We got 75 for Bob Kaler. I don't know if you. Yeah, I was going to say Sandy. Come on, Derek. All of that coffee, you should be focused. I do have the mouse in my hand, so I am scrolling backwards and forwards just to make sure. I just know for a fact after our first auction that even with this little flub on Derek's behalf, he still makes a much better auctioneer than what I do. So, you know, there's enough of us here that we're all on top of it. Thanks, Andy. Andy loves the art. Well, that's what I was going to say, Haley. Is there's so many times in that movie where it's
quite an emotional movie.
Yeah.
But it's that even thinking about it now, I'm fighting very hard to not think about it, not imagine all the things that happen.
Is it on Netflix? Let's go watch it.
I've got to build up some emotional reserves so I can deal with the crying.
Oh, who was that? Lamal. Wasn't it Lamal that sung the Neverending Story theme song?
I don't know.
I believe it was. Ooh, never-ending story.
Na, 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 na.
US dollars, Fishy Fun 57. 55 people in here watching, apparently, according to the YouTubes. Don't forget to smash that like while you're bored, if you're bored. Might as well. I mean, you know. It's free. It's free, just like my burps, to push the like button. It seems like ages since I burped last, though. Oops. Oh, did you watch the series, Sean, on Netflix? The Dark Crystal series was pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Apparently, there's a second series going to come out.
It's one of those things that it's really like worrying when they remake stuff that they might wreck it. But I think it was really good.
I think they did good work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sold to Bob Kaler for $75. Congratulations and thank you to Bob. All good, Derek. All good. You held it together like a pro. Didn't lose your cool once. And it's, you know, it's good to know that we've got all these other humans backing us up to make sure that we don't stuff up.
A pair or this or some skulls?
Let's go with a skull, shall we? Let's do a skull.
Want that one? Or
Yeah, give us the purpley one on top. Let us Yeah, I believe. Well, I'm not sure if it's actually in production or anything, but I know there's talk of doing a second series. And the way that series one finished, it's like they still had a lot to do.
I think it was planned that way to not be.
Even if the second series might involve the a mass genocide of the Gelflings. That's where the story's going to have to go to make it to where the movie's at. We've got Zen Ginger. Bob started with a 25 and Zen Ginger topped it with a 50. Chattanooga Ed with a 55. And I'm on the StreamYard chat, so I'm 10 seconds behind. Liana with 60 bones. Crikey. 70 from Bob. 100 from Fish Room Fever. James is slinging the big bids around today. Yeah, thank you, Candy. We didn't haven't even ventured towards any of those details yet, have we? Good call. I'm glad one of us remembered it.
The thing is, depending if people are happy to communicate with me, the email for the PayPal is also my actual email that I can get emails on.
Yeah, I guess ideally, if you want to remove a step from the link of communication, instead of emailing drblack66 at Gmail after we're done, potentially just email hippiesgosick at hotmail directly. Who hasn't heard of Escher? MC Escher. Great artist. Thanks, Haley. Happy sleeps. Wake nice and all that too. Behave yourself. Dream of pictures and drowning horses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we get to on this one? Are we still all right? We're going twice. Fish Room Fever on a hundy. Sold. Fish Room Fever. $100. Here he's happy boy. Congratulations, Timbo. Well done. I am quite sure you will enjoy that one. You're where do you hang your art? You've got a hallway in your house that you're hanging your art in, isn't it? I was going to say you're going to have a few bits of scungy art hanging in your fish room, but I'm sure it was you saying you'd run them down your hallway in your house. Yeah, I hope no one takes a soundbite of it, Sean, but part of me actually hopes that they do.
What's that?
Sean was saying, taken out of context, that sounded horrible. Have a good night, dream of drowning. Have a good night, dream of drowning horses.
Indeed.
Nice. Yeah, I thought it was you that was doing the haul. Very, very nice. Hopefully we get a some video or some pictures of that haul one day. Righto, can I have, yeah, let's do that, guy. I'm not sure if everyone likes it as much as I do, so I might have to bid on it too. But I won't. That would be unfair. Oops, that wind is really picking up from that fan.
I'm so sorry that you don't like it.
I love it. I think it's awesome. It's just makes me grip the pictures tighter, which I feel could not be conducive to. Looks like the head of a dog shaking water off.
with the
Yeah, I love this one. Bidding opening with Sean Ooted on 25, and once again I've left myself on the StreamYard chat, so I'm behind. Code shove it. Leona with $50. Yes, please, Leona. Any serious bids need to have a dollar sign. Yeah, thank you.
That's beautiful.
If that be the case, Leona, I'd like to meet your grandmother one day. She must be a lovely lady. Sean with the 60, that big $60. It was just 60. Sean noted current bid, high bid at $60. Thank you, Derek. I'm going to just flick back over to the StreamYard so I can try and do a little bit more of the detail thing. And the wind. Bob Kaler with the $70. Sean Oated dropping out of the bid. Crikey, Moonstone, that was rapid. It's Windy, Fanny, Windy Fanny, Fanny Windy, Windy Fanny.
Oh, what a lovely progression.
Sold to Bob Kaler for $70. Thank you very much and congratulations, Bob. It will be a shame to see it go, but also awesome to see it go to someone who appreciates Sarah's non-coloured stuff. Let's do your rainbowy one, see if it gets any action. I'm not sure how popular he'll be. Oops, so there are flick screens again.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a bit clean.
He's what?
Clean?
Clean. It's a contrast, stark contrast to a lot of your work.
Yeah.
It's not 100% sure. There was a lot of interest in this guy when we first showed him through. Time will tell. Time will tell. Second. Skull on mushrooms. Yeah. Yes, then. One sec. Let me flip back to the live camera. Oops. Sorry for my awkwardness. I think that's about as close as I can get it, Zen, if that's satisfactory. Hang on. I'm a bit awkward. Ginger Graves, how are you? Nola Jane and Chattanooga Ed battling the $30 mark. I'm pretty sure he's multitasking, Jace. He's probably doing both. $50 from Ginger Graves. Ginger Graves home from work. Straight into the bidding. Oops. I'm Ginger Graves says she loves her art.
Oh, yay. I'm so glad.
I don't get the Seattle or Portland links, being that I'm not from your country, Moonstone. But you know, I'm sure most people would get it in here if you feel like you need to explain it to me more. I'd certainly gratefully accept an explanation so I understand. I know Portland's a bit known for some crazy behaviour right now. And Seattle's known for the Space Needle. You can read Ginger's comment there.
Perfect.
The cats do what they want to do. Oh, I wish we had a few more clouds here, Jace. Sold to Ginger Graves for 50 buckaroonies. Well done. Congrats, Ginger Graves. And thank you. That's probably, I would imagine it's quite a nice feeling to just got your Moonstone. Fair enough. All good. Good feeling, Ginger, to rock straight into an auction and bang, lay some cash down on the table.
Those ones or some of those ones? You just don't want to hold two? Or you want to save those
No,
ones?
actually, yeah, give me the double one, because then I can earn myself a ciggy after for holding two again. Pardon me. That's free, remember? All the burps are free. Don't have to pay for them today. This is another twin set. Whoops, I'm moving the wrong one up my hand. These guys go together. And apparently I don't know my right from my left. Thanks, Candy, slinging those links around. I'm going to have to wait for Derek to chuck up information on the bids because I have obscured the chat from my eyeballs at the moment. If I hold it, if I just bend my head down, I can see the bottom couple of lines. But I am on the StreamYard. Can you click me over to the YouTube tab, please? 3:30 too. Does that mean I'm going to have to do this if we go much longer, or do we just call it quits shortly?
Well, I can run and get the humans. It's a shame. I could have just told them to walk over and that would give us a little extra window.
Yes, Moonstone, this is a pair. These guys go together. And sorry, I'm very limited on the chat. I can read holding two big pictures up in my face.
Different one, Bob. It was similar. I can show you if you want. I just pop him in quickly. I can't see because it's on
Here's
the
the
thing.
mouse. My hand's above full.
That was the one. So they are very similar, but they're different.
That was the smaller one. Was the one that was sold earlier. I believe is what Sarah was getting at there. We have $80 for the Zen Ginger. Very hypnotic eyes, Mickham. Yeah, when Sarah first chucked these guys at me, Bob, I was suggesting that maybe that first guy should go with this larger one in my right hand. But then Sarah suggested that these guys were actually the pair, not the other similar one. Oh, g'day, Big D. If I didn't say hi to you earlier, Big D, you've been in and out? Or am I confusing you for one of the other bigs? Cat snake. Yeah, the snake didn't finish the job. Nice one, Jesse. It gets confusing, Moonstone, when you type things like that. There is an Australian dingbat between the owls. I'll take that. I'll wear it fair on the chin, Joel Jay-Z. It is if you're going to like make comments and bid, maybe separate your bids from your comments. But we can only accept that Moonstone is in fact an $85 bid, but it is confusing when you're mentioning a person that you're bidding against in your bid. So please, when you make a bid, just include numbers, and then if you've got something to say after your bid, yeah, you could just, the microphone turns on the thing. Yeah, just comments and bids separate, please. Keeps confusing. Yeah, sorry, Joel Jay-Z. I've had to move a little bit further from the microphone. I hope you can hear me clearer now. And yes, we are at 85 for this pair of owly, catty, snaky kind of things. Thank you for confirming, Mainstone. And can you click me back over onto the other window, please? If I leave it too long, it takes too long to catch up.
This seems counterproductive to do this because then
It's for my own benefit.
okay.
Just that I'd like to, if I'm sitting on the stream, yeah, then I'm saying stuff that's 10 seconds behind what everyone else is saying. Zen Ginger coming through with a $90. And plus, if there is little foibles, little slip ups, then more eyeballs on it is better. I feel so funny trying to look under the pictures to see the chat. Calm down. This is a friendly auction. Going twice for the Zen Ginger at the $90 mark. Counting down the next 30 seconds. And yeah, the microphone has been pretty much in one spot, and I do have to move around a fair bit, Joel, to chuck these pictures at certain spots and whatnot. And we have a sold to the Zen Ginger for 90 buckaroons. Well done, Zen Ginger. Congratulations and thank you. Oh, it must be a storm coming. My ears are going nuts.
It's so funny how you always say that, but there's never a storm.
Well, you know, air pressure changes, at least. Lows to highs, doesn't have to necessarily be a storm.
Blue colours, black and white.
Yeah, give me a... Let's go this guy. Whoops, on screen again. Now we might have a little bit of a dilemma here, is that very shortly Sarah's going to have to go and pick up kids and whatnot. So we might do this one and maybe one more.
I'm happy to just go and grab them. Take 5 minutes.
All right, we'll see what happens, because I don't necessarily want to, what do you call it? Go over onto Scott and Paige's time too much as well. So
I totally respect that. All I'm concerned is if someone's waiting for something and it doesn't come up.
is there? That's a very good point. Scungy brings up that if there is $256, that's a generous beer, dude. And yes, I did see that that is a typo. As we may have to call it quits, if there is a picture that anyone has seen from the stroll through earlier in the piece that they want to bid on after this guy, please let us know, because it's likely that we will have to end this auction pretty soon. Moonstone is asking if this is handmade paper.
It is. It's not handmade by me, but it is handmade. You can go 20 minutes. Yeah.
What do we got? Currently, Chattanooga Ed bidding a 25 on this one. Zen Ginger tossing in a 40 odd. And yeah, I know I said it before about the that it may be quite difficult to describe pictures. If there's a particular picture you'd like to try and bid on, we'll see up for auction next. But if there is one in particular, we'll do our best to get through what we've got. Ginger Graves and Moonstone both bidding $50 at the same time. Ish. Just pipping out Chattanooga Ed with a 45, and then Moonstone coming through with a $59 bid. Me too, Mickham. I like all of the vertical and horizontal lines. There's actually 75 for Ginger Graves. Roxana, there is a couple with the purplish colour scheme left. Crikey, what did you use, Pam? You use a hairdryer to get the door open, or just brute force? I suppose brute force and ice don't necessarily mix, do they? Because you're likely to just break your door and not the ice. $81. from Moonstone. I like its face. Oh, a little bit of a sting in my shoulder from holding it that way. Need to do 11 push-ups. Sarah, this is a departure from previous styles.
Yeah, I had a day, just one day, where all this really scratchy stuff was happening because that drawing got done on the same day as this other one that's a bit scratchy, and another one that I did that I sold already. And yeah, I don't know. They were just the lines that happened on that day. I don't know.
Sold to Moonstone for 81 buckaroonies. Congratulations, Moonstone. I still super dig the face on that one more than any of the other bits of it, but it is a very good picture.
I quite like that one too.
I'm gonna sling us a let's go with this large purpley greeny guy. What about this one? Humans. Whoops. Checking you could hold that for just a wee moment. If I find this bizzo. And the other bizzo, wherever I've put it.
Oh,
And alternatively, just use that email address that Candy has posted up for email communication. Because as is generally the case with these auctions, sometimes people end up with more than one piece, and we work out totals and shipping and all of that kind of stuff as well as separate shebang. Which cat?
maybe that last picture one. The scratchy one. Oh.
Oh, whoopsie, I wasn't paying enough attention. Nola Jane slinging a Twezzer at it. Oh, I think I've got to let that catch up because I think that's still on the last picture. Catching up, catching up, catching up. Nearly there. Whoops, wrong waste disposal unit. Is that Blacky's mustache on this one? It looks as scrappy as my mustache. I'll not be showing my mustache that close to the camera for you to be able to determine it. Sold to Nola Jane for a Twezzer. Don't know about you guys, but I reckon Nola just got herself a bargain. Please excuse the hey Tropico, how are you, brother? Please excuse the rapidity, the speed at which we're churning through them. trying to get as much done as we can in the time allowed, not only by the streaming schedule, but by the picking up of school kids' schedule. Pardon me. Thank you, Mickham. I like this one a lot too. And we got the Zen Ginger with a fizzer on it. Pardon me. All these freebies I'm giving out today. Woo. Everyone is getting their value for money on this stream today. All the free burps. Oh, was this the one you were referring to, Roxana? The purpley one. Yes, Moonstone. Generally, I suppose I did forget to mention that today, but fingers crossed everyone is up on that factor with the PayPal, that we are included in your friends and family so we don't get the fee nonsense happening. But good to note, Moonstone. Jim W, how are ya? Welcome aboard. Moonstone sees horse in that one. We've got going twice to Zen Ginger for $50. And sold. Sold to the Zen Ginger for $50. Congratulations, Zen, and thank you very much for your patronage. Ouch, that hurt a bit. Continuing to race through and clicking on the other window. Don't know how many other auction houses you'll get the guy holding up the artwork with a cigarette at the same time. We're all about the class and the elegance over here. Have I got any bids for this one? Don't feel pressured.
If no one wants it, it's okay.
We don't have to sell them.
Have to go to the right people who want to love them.
Well, most of this paper's made from cotton, I think, so it's pretty hard to set it on fire, isn't it?
It is all cotton.
I mean, I could check. As if. I'm going to fly to Melbourne in a couple of days. I need both my legs. How about the other skull? Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, Ed. I'd forgotten about that.
It's all right. We got the couple, like...
We can probably just power through them, can't we? Not only am I wearing a shirt, Moonstone, I'm wearing a Scungeprincess shirt. Lucky. Lol, I think she thought I was going to take it off. $23. Kurt comes through with a $23 bid, the magic number. Fish Cream Fever with a Twezza Fuzzer. If you like those shirts, you can get them on Sarah's Redbubble site. This particular shirt is available on Redbubble. G'day, Max. Nice. Say hi to the hubby for us, dear. That was pretty rapid, Candy, I must say. Hey, look, it's quite a decent shirt. No matter what you say, Joel. And I think it worked out a hell of a lot cheaper for me than a Teespring. Oh, frisky cows running. I think my head was blocking it from the camera though. Friday morning, Max. I take it I will have the pleasure of meeting you, sir. Am I actually up to date on the chat? I am live. Sold to Fish Room Fever for a Twezza Fuzzer. On Sunday, though. Only at the expo, Max, because we're kind of debating. Well, I will be there for a little while on the Sunday, but I'm kind of hoping to sorry, I forgot to say congratulations, Jimbo, and thank you for that last one. I'm having 2 conversations and trying to churn them through. $50 straight up. Ginger Graves, getting my shades of orange confused. Yeah, well, Max, hopefully my plan is for the Sunday is to do because we're at a hotel that's only a short walk from the expo site. So I was kind of hoping to just maybe put in a couple of hours on Sunday morning at the expo, and then maybe head down to the Melbourne Aquarium and get some footage down there, depending on what the what do you call it, entrance fees and whatnot at the aquarium are. We're going to still have to look up that. Oh, look out. We've got 2 shades of orange competing for the skull. Zen Ginger bidding 60, and then Ginger Graves bidding 70. And I hope I'm not being offensive by saying 2 shades of orange. Hello, Patricia Kleppel. Righto. It would be great, but clearly we're going to have to do some research on what access fees are to the aquarium. Maybe, I mean, you're a young fella, and maybe we get someone else young to come along. Maybe we can get a family pass and say Max and
I think that kids are 12 and under.
Max, can you pass as 12 and under? Just make sure you shave on Sunday morning or something. Oh, he's a very tall boy for 12, but he's only 11 and a half. Going twice for the Ginger Graves.
Prepared.
Sold to Ginger Graves for $70. Congratulations and thank you to Ginger Graves. Ginger Graves is going to have a hefty, I want to save that texty one for last.
Ginger There's Graves only 2 more after that one. So.
We'll have one of the finest collections of scungy art in the south as well. Oh, hang on. Tennessee's not that far south, is it? Halfway down. Do we got any interest on this guy? If I don't hold it too tight with my thumb and create a dent.
Now I'm just identifying.
It's like a purple Mr. Burns almost. Righto, Ed, thanks for clarifying. It has got an imaginary friend. Like I was saying earlier that this one, when I first saw it, I felt it was incomplete, but upon closer inspection, the incomplete looking lines actually complement the picture incredibly, and I think they make it.
They told me it was finished and I had to stop.
Bob Kaler with the 55. I am on the wrong window though, so I may be 10 seconds behind the bids. It seems I'm way behind on the bidding chat. Mr. Burns' soul. Zen Ginger with $60 for this guy. I do find the colour scheme on this guy awesome as well. It's like a lovely bruise coloured blue. I was going to say, I think Bob's talking in euphemisms again. Moonstone sneaking in with the $71 bid. Oh, and I just bit my tongue.
It's because you said moonstone
Snone,
and
yeah.
your body like subconsciously
Rejected the bad words. Zen Ginger 75. Zen Ginger doesn't want this one to pass her by. Both of them, yes. I don't know where. I think I may have moved away from the camera too much to be showing it still. But I think those that have seen it. Moonstone has pulled out of the race. Yeah. And looks like Zen Ginger may be the proud new owner of Bob and his cat. Bob's low-hanging fruit. Well, it comes with age, doesn't it? It does. I mean, at my age, the fruit is already hanging low enough. I can only imagine. Put another 20 years on me, and I'll probably be smashing them between my knees. Congratulations, Zen Ginger. On
That's what remains of the piles.
Don't be sorry, Candy. It's there for a reason. And that reason is comedy. Comedy gold. Interested to see how this guy will go on his text background. I was toying with the idea of found this pile of my mum's old romance novels. I was toying with the idea of ripping the pages out and getting Sarah to draw on them, but then most of them disappeared. Sure is, Moonstone. Chattanooga Ed and Sean Ooted are going to have to sort this one out. Applehead Chihuahua. Chihuahua. I find part of the intrigue of this artwork would be to be able to read all of the words. And it's not just English. There's like 8 different languages on there. It's continental. $60 for the Ed. We've all been there, Ginger Graves. Chattanooga Ed with the 70. Derek, slow down on your typing. Just take an extra second. He's caffeinated. He's heavily caffeinated. I think that's his only beef. By the way, is Teo with them today? Did you message him?
His SIM card is broken. Or I would just tell them to walk, but he knows I'm here doing this, and they will be together, and we'll go in a sec. I mean, I can go now if you're happy to.
What have I got? I've only got that guy to go.
Yeah.
We even bother with that guy or what?
I don't know, only if anyone wants it. No, we don't have to.
It looks like this guy, with Sean Ooted pulling out of the race, this guy is going to be going to Chattanooga Ed's home for the 70 Buckaroos. Sold indeed. Chattanooga Ed, $70. I'm going to have to make sure that I try and read as much of that as I can before it goes. Well done, Ed. Congrats.
I think it's very interesting.
And well done. The funny thing is that the English portion has been
mostly covered
by the art piece itself.
That one on these would be potentially not thrilling.
Well, yeah, why not?
So,
we've come this far. We've only got the one to do. Sarah should have left 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, but let's do one more. And sorry, Scott. Sorry, Scott, if you're still watching. We have jumped over onto your time. But this one is already on a rigid cardboard because it is the alternate side of the one that Ed's was just on. Zen Ginger straight in with a $60 bid. And here was me saying, well, I wasn't even, going to worry about auctioning this one. But why not? Okay, Zen Ginger, you've convinced me. Let's auction this one. Excuse me. I'm meant to turn away from the microphone. I'm used to it being on this side, and I turned into the microphone. Looks like this one might be a quick sale, is it?
Sorry, I just.
None that have been designated for this auction, James, unless there was something that we've showed that we've missed somehow. All right, Bob. You've got all the addies to communicate that. And this guy sold to the Zen Ginger for 60, was it? $60. Yay, indeed, Zen Ginger. Thank you very much to everyone who.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry that I have to run away now. All my children are waiting at the bus stop all alone. I love you. I will see you on tomorrow.
Okay.
I might take that in case I need it. Right?
Probably a good idea, yes. Back in 1 sec. Righto. Sorry about that, but yes, thank you everyone for your patronage, I guess you call it. Thank you, Cody, for the telling people to hit the likes. Where did we get to that with today? 10 people gone from the chat already since the auction's finished over. That's probably, I did say just a comment in the chat flying past about potentially building something to hold the art up for me. I like that idea a lot. Super appreciate everybody getting involved. Do please email Sarah's email address that was in the chat, hippies_go_sick@hotmail.com, so we can chuck together some totals, including with your shipping and stuff like that. Hello, Rack. How are you, mate? Your timing's impeccable, sir. The auction just finished. Well, it finished like 6 minutes ago. About 11 minutes over time. Sarah had to bail to go and pick up her kids. Yeah, we had great fun. It was good to see a few new names along getting involved. Always a good time had by us. Yes, good record by, as in numbers being recorded in the chat and stuff. Yes, we've everything was recorded properly, and everything in the chat will be able to be gone back over if required. Rack, you can flip through the replay. It'll be up shortly if you want to have a look at some of the stuff we sold off today. Like I said earlier in the stream, we've got a meeting on Thursday to organise a exhibition at a space near here in the very near future. So fingers crossed we'll get some more action happening from that. And I mean, every time we do one of these auctions, it seems to be a fairly cool success, and we love it. We have fun with it. Obviously, we reap the rewards, and people get some awesome artwork in their house or their fish rooms or whatever. And we super appreciate everyone coming along and hanging out with us. And Sarah did ask me to pass on apologies that she did have to bail, but her kids have been waiting at the bus stop for about 20 minutes now, and she's generally there right on time to pick them up. But they are young boys, so, you know, young boys entertain themselves, isn't it? So I have potentially taken a lot of Scotty's time already. So if I could encourage everyone who is still here to go on over to Alien World Aquatics. If one of you guys could pop a link in the chat. If I don't get to it first, which I strongly doubt I will, because I'm pretty slow like that. They might not have even started yet. Maybe. I understand, and I wish to proceed. Waiting. I think Scotty may actually be waiting for me to finish. So let us finish up here and wander over into Scott's chat, which I'm posting a link for, but I'm sure by the time I get that link in, someone else has already posted it, because it takes my YouTube a long time to catch up. So yes, thank you, Candy, Bob, and Derek, especially Derek for your auctioneer skills today, Candy for your links, Bob just for your general parental behaviour, keeping everyone in line and whatnot, always appreciated. And Ginger Graves, thank you for popping in just in time to get some stuff that you wanted. And everyone else, thanks for hanging out. Thanks to all the other purchasers. You know who you are. Super appreciate you buying Sarah's art. It's really awesome to find people that dig her art as much as I do. It means a lot to us. So indeed, take care, everyone. I will. I'm flying to Melbourne in 33 and a half hours, approximately, rough numbers only. We're going to do the Underwater Pet Expo, as I'm sure everyone has heard about by now. We'll be doing some live streaming from the expo, interviewing some people. I'll be doing a bunch of footage for some videos to be coming out on my channel. May even be doing a fish room tour of Aquamate's fish room. That's right, the world famous Aquamate. So keep your eyes out for that. We are streaming from the expo on the Saturday, which may clash with some Friday night American streams, maybe. But unfortunately, with an event such as this, we are ignoring all schedules. And if people come and watch us, then that's fantastic. If they are committed to watching other people's streams, then we have to accept that as well. Timing is just a thing on that day. Friday night for you is the Saturday stream, and there may potentially be a stream on the regular Sunday time for our stream, yet to be determined. Aquamate and myself have to nut out the details there. Nice, Candy. Well, that's good to know. I mean, essentially, we don't really want to be cutting anyone's grass, as it were, but if we had to step on anyone's toes just based on the timing, then there's not much else we could do about it. So fingers crossed it does work out beautifully. So yeah, thanks again, everyone. What else can I say? Super appreciate once again. That's all I can say. So thanks heaps for hanging out, and yeah, we'll see you at the weekend. If not, next week on the normal time. This time again. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.